here to give us a story about a distinguished club and what it means, Mr. Michael Pineda. Please welcome Michael.
I'm up. I'm next. Guess what? I'm the one that has to give a presentation in front of 300 other store managers, 22 district managers in Dallas last week. I'm up. I'm the guy that's got to do it. And by the way, I wasn't the guy that was supposed to do it. It wasn't me. I'm the rookie. You see, I just got promoted about 6 months ago. I shouldn't be the one going up there. And they have store managers that have been there for 25 years. And they're the ones that go up, and they're the ones that give the speech and stand up in front of the whole crowd. So naturally, all this training that I got here, I became humble. I became very humble. You see, I have to give a speech in front of my peers from other parts of the country. I have to give a speech in front of my district manager and his peers in other parts of the country. Oh, it gets better. I have to give a speech in front of the HR of the company, 6 of them. And they're looking at me, and they're wondering, what's this guy going to say? He's a rookie. What is he going to tell us? That's the story I want to share with all of you today. The story of how my heart started to accelerate in a way that you could not even imagine. You see, when we come to this club, Vicente is so right. This is our lab. We can take chances here. You see, we can make a few mistakes. We can say, that, all those things. We can do it right here. It's okay. But when you're standing in front of your boss's boss, your boss's boss's boss, and all of HR, you suddenly feel like, you see, I learned from Pete Barker. The story of Pete Barker. Pete Barker was a store manager in another company. Pete Barker been in the company for 15 years. He had gone to school. They even sent him to get his MBA. Pete Barker was to be the guy. He was going to lead that company. He moved from store manager to district manager, and he was going to continue to move in the company. Pete Barker was all he had to be. Finally, their 5-year meeting, this company every 5 years would unite 1,500 of all their officers. Pete Barker was to give a speech. And when Pete Barker got in front of 1,500, everybody came, oh, we want to meet Pete Barker. We want to see Pete Barker. Pete Barker is the guy. Oh, everybody sit down, waiting to hear what Pete Barker is going to say. Pete Barker was standing. He looked great. He walks up to the podium, puts his shoulders back, looks at everybody and goes, I didn't bring my notes today, so I'm gonna go by memory. And he says so many ahs, and he just, Pete Barker did not get the promotion. Pete Barker, within 2 years, he went back to just being a district manager. Pete Barker retired as a store manager for that company. It was the perception and not the reality that did Barker away. Pete Barker did not prepare for this moment. Pete Barker didn't understand why the _1 fear is not jumping off a plane. Or go ahead and look it up. The _1 fear is called public speaking. Public speaking took care of Barker. He was done. I learned from that experience. I said, I hope one day when my moment of truth comes, I don't become Pete Barker. And that's why this story is not about me. Someone said it earlier. And it's not about individuals you. It's about being a distinguished club. When you're a distinguished club, guess what happens? If you look it up, it means you have to have CCs. A few CCs means that you're going to do at least 10 speeches. You got to do your CL. CL means that functionary time, right? That's what it means. Also means that you're going to do an advanced communicator, bronze or silver. It means bringing people from the community into our club so we can accelerate. That's what makes a distinguished club. You say, Mike, you're all over the place this morning. How are you going to talk about your speech? How are you going to talk about Barker? How are you going to talk about distinguished club? My fellow Toastmasters, you see, you have to understand this. It wasn't the education that he was lacking. It was the preparation. It is always not about your knowledge, but the application of your knowledge. Do you apply everything you know every day in a consistent manner? And that's what Toastmasters does for all of us. It gets us invigorating. It gets us excited to wake up and come in the morning and do something bigger than we ever imagined we could. But some of you are there wondering, I can see it in your eyes. So I'll tell you what happened. I stood up. They didn't give me a chance to come up with a speech. I wasn't supposed to speak. And it wasn't impromptu speaking. Got surrounded by 13, in my district, by 13 other store managers, and each one told me, I want you to cover this, and I want you to cover that, and I want you to cover this. They were all over the place. I got all their ideas, put it in a 3x5. 2 pages I wrote what they wanted me to cover. 3x5, I'm supposed to cover it in under 5 minutes. That's where Toastmasters kicked in. I knew I needed to have an opening. I knew I needed to have the body. And I knew I had to have a call to action. And that's exactly when Toastmasters kicked in. And that's when being an all-counter kicked in. That's when being a grammarian kicked in. I took all that information. They gave me the microphone. Over 300 people. And everyone clapped when I was done. I really don't remember everything. But I'll end it how I ended it in that speech. We are the team that can take us to the next level. But the only way, the only thing that's stopping us is our own selves. The only one that can stop anyone here is yourself. Don't you believe that anybody else can stop you if it's not true. If it is to be, it's up to me, it's up to all of us. Let's make it happen.